One thing that helps me too to feel secure about myself is when I speak louder and when I move my hands more and I'm just a little more enthusiastic. That really does help me, as opposed to like when I'm like when I'm kind of like hunched over and I'm like, Hi guys, my name is Minka, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button below. I create stuttering support videos and health and wellness videos. Today I wanted to create this video because I hear it talked about a lot and I see it written a lot online that people who stutter are very insecure. I know a few people who do stutter in person. From what I have seen of them, most of them, they really do seem fairly secure. They don't really seem insecure to me. Of course, we know that, we can be hiding our feelings, we can be hiding we can be hiding our stress or depression or anxiety or whatever it is. To these people who I know who stutter in person, I have not specifically talked to them about whether they feel confident or whether they feel insecure or whatnot, but just from what I've seen, they do appear to be confident to me. I have known people who stutter in person, who stutter a lot more intensely than I do. I don't really like to say worse. Like I don't really like to say that their stuttering is worse. I like to say that their stuttering is more intense. But from what I have seen is that it depends on the person's personality as well. When I was in the Marine Corps, one of my higher ups told me that they knew an officer who was in the infantry who he was in charge of an entire battalion or unit. I forgot which one, but he was in charge of a large number of Marines. And he stuttered really intensely, but he was an officer, and he would public speak, and he would motivate these Marines, and he would talk in front of them, and he was a very inspiring individual. Now, when I was in the Marine Corps, and when I was considering staying in for a career, this was really encouraging to me, because being someone who stutters, especially in the military where you're having to yell and talk loud and just really vocalize your voice and just sound as confident as you possibly can, this was really good for me to hear. I also knew someone in the Marine Corps whose wife stuttered, and she had been in the Marine Corps, and he had told me that one of her higher ups, I think it was one of her higher ups or someone in the Marine Corps had made fun of her. It could have been one of her drill instructors at boot camp. I don't think it was at boot camp though. But yeah, one of her higher ups had made fun of her stuttering. And that made me really sad because, and I believe this is when she was deployed at the time, but it made me really sad because there's someone trying to serve their country and then they get made of for their voice. And I found this really disturbing, because here's someone trying to serve their country and they're getting made of for their voice. It made me really sad, because I realize how most everyone is very good. They're very nice to people who do stutter, and they get treated like everyone else, unless sometimes you may have issues in school or something like that. But most everyone, at least in my experience, seems to be very caring towards those who do stutter or have something like that. I've gotten a lot of messages online from you guys, and I've gotten a lot of comments under my videos, saying like, oh, I feel really insecure, I stutter, I'm not confident, I have low self-esteem, what can I do? My confidence is at an all-time low, and it's due to my stuttering and etc. So I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. I personally know that my stuttering has caused me to be the #1 source of me feeling insecure. Now, there have been times also, like if I'm feeling really good about myself, like I'm eating good foods and I'm feeling amazing, and then I work out, or I do yoga or some form of exercise, or I put makeup on, I make myself just feel really pretty. Then I feel really good about myself. Even waking up early and going to bed earlier makes a huge difference. That will raise my confidence level dramatically, and my self-esteem will just shoot up, whether I stutter or not. I think being insecure with stuttering, I think you can do things to help you feel more secure about your stuttering. Things like that for me are like what I just mentioned, like working out, eating good, waking up early and going to bed early, getting plenty of sleep, even though with a newborn, that's not happening for me right now, but otherwise it would be. And just doing things to make like reading for me really makes a difference. Just learning new things. I love research. Just doing things to make me just feel so good about myself. Joining the military was also one for me. It made me feel really good about myself and really confident, knowing that I could accomplish something like that. And I just really urge you just to find something that just makes you feel good about yourself. It could be a pet that could help. It could be a friend or a family member. It could be a hobby. It could be your job, your career, a specific goal that you have. It could be really anything, a spouse or a significant other. All of these things can really help you to feel confident and just help you feel good about yourself in regards to stuttering. And even if your stuttering is so very intense that you just feel like you hit rock bottom and you just don't really think you can do it anymore, you don't really think that you can go on, that you can take it anymore, just sitting back and just thinking about things that make you feel good can make you dramatically feel more confident. At least in my experience. It may not be for everyone, but I'm just sharing my experience with you and how certain things can possibly help you feel more secure and help you feel better about your stuttering. Now, being secure, like feeling insecure and feeling secure about yourself, that is very common even for people who do not stutter. This doesn't really go necessarily for if you stutter or not. It's just honestly for the average person too. It can just, being secure with yourself is something to me that I constantly aspire to do. I constantly aspire to be a confident person. I think being insecure can lead to issues too in relationships or whatnot, but in regards to stuttering, you know, if you've had a bad stuttering experience or a bad stuttering day, talking about it with someone really does make a difference. For me, for instance, I talk about it with my husband, and he's really kind and thoughtful, and yeah, it makes me feel so much better talking to him about it. So he's my go-to person to talk about my negative stuttering experiences with. So having someone especially to talk to can make a magnificent difference. Being secure in itself is something that it does take time. It does definitely take work. Like I said, I constantly am aspiring to being a secure, confident person and have high self-esteem. I do think that almost everyone though does have a point where they don't feel confident or they don't have that good self-esteem at least some point in their lives. I think change too. I think positive change can be a huge plus, a huge positive to feeling more secure about yourself. I know for me, like when I joined the Marine Corps, I felt so much more confident about myself. I felt like I could really accomplish something just so tough, and when I did accomplish it, it was an amazing feeling, especially going through military boot camp, stuttering and everything, and being made fun of. It really did make me feel stronger, honestly. So doing something that you might be afraid of, that might be challenging for you, those types of things. Now, of course, if you don't want to go standing in front of a crowd or do any public speaking, I completely... Sorry, there was a girl walking by looking through at me at the window. I completely understand, because that is a challenge that I definitely would never do. You know, if it really causes you anxiety and stress, then honestly don't do it, because that's just going to have a negative effect on you. It's not going to have a positive effect on you at all. I think the subject of being secure with yourself is such a very strong one, because there's so many of us in the world that don't feel secure about ourselves. You know, we feel that we're inadequate, and especially when you do stutter, that can just accelerate that much more. I mean, you can just honestly just feel like you've hit rock bottom and no one understands and whatnot. But please just try and find something that helps you, makes you feel secure. And I know with stuttering it can be such a challenge, especially when we're talking to someone and they're looking at us weird because we're having trouble getting a word out, or we can't say our name or something like that. I know it can be very, very challenging. One thing that helps me too to feel secure about myself is when I speak louder and when I move my hands more and I'm just a little more enthusiastic. That really does help me, as opposed to like when I'm when I'm kind of like hunched over and I'm like, hi, like, you know, like just like when my voice is quieter. That really does help me to feel more insecure about myself. But just like, you know, standing up or sitting up straight and just making yourself look good or feel good or whatever that might mean to you can make a dramatic difference. Seriously, a dramatic difference in how secure you feel about yourself. So anyway guys, I hope you like this video. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button and hit the small bell notification button by the subscribe button so you get notified when I upload videos. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!